Hi, my name is Troy Ladd. I'm with Hollywood Hot Rods, and we are at the Grand National Roadster Show, and I happen to be one of the judges for the America's Most Beautiful Roadster competition. We are looking at Bill Grant's 1932 Ford Roadster. It's a nice full fendered roadster with kind of a powder gray blue pastel finish, fantastic vintage vibe and traditional look. Okay, now we're looking at a 1931 Ford Roadster pickup. What's really neat about this car is the entire car was built by high school kids at Roseville High School Auto Shop. So this is actually a Bonneville race car here at the show, and this is a 1932 Ford Roadster owned by Paul Tracy, which is a legitimate race car that has actually made multiple runs on the Salt Flats. Our next contender in the America's Most Beautiful Roadster is this Blue Steel, is the name of it. Blue Steel 1932 Ford Roadster, owned by Larry and Shirley Maddox. Here we have a little bit of a different contender. This is not a Ford, it's a 1935 Chevrolet Phaeton, owned by Wes Rydell, and it is an amazing traditional styled looking vehicle that has a lot of neat tricks. We're looking at another Chevrolet in the competition. This is a 1934 Chevy Phaeton, owned by Richard Sciarenza, and this is a little bit more of a contemporary styled hot rod in the competition. It's powered by a blown big block Chevrolet. Next car we're looking at is a great little modified. It's a 1927 Ford Roadster owned by Charles Mattis, and it's a very traditional, unique modified style, much different than some of the others we've looked at. Here we're looking at another 1932 Ford Roadster owned by Dan Van Auken out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona. It's got the very traditional classic styling to it. It's displayed on some neat salt rock they did back in the 50s, a very show car type of display, and it's got some neat traditional and vintage elements to it. Here's a very traditional and classically styled 1932 Ford Roadster owned by Ron Goodwin of Smithville, Tennessee. This has the very period tuck and roll style interior, the Steelies, the Washington blue paint. This really captures the essence of traditional hot rodding. And to wrap up the entries for the 2014 America's Most Beautiful Roadster competition is Bill Enderson's 1923 Ford Roadster, one of the more outgoing entries into the contest, and it's titled Tub for Two. This is Troy Ladd from Hollywood Hot Rods, and thank you for spending some time with me reviewing the 2014 America's Most Beautiful Roadster entrants, and we'll see you next year.